Okay, here we are again. Another cooking video. I won't bore you too much with the garden and the yard and all that. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to put together a pot of cabbage soup. Let's see here. I'm missing a couple things. I'm going to have some of this in there. Maybe two. We'll play it by ear. But instead of doing this in the Instant Pot, I'm going to throw this in the Crock pot and let it cook for hours. So let's get some of these veggies chopped up, and I'll show you how to put this together. What I meant to say was cabbage and kielbasa soup. And this time I'm going to add some celery in. I normally don't put celery in, but I'm going to put a stalk or two in. See what happens. I'm quite sure it'll be good. If you haven't figured out yet, I love cabbage. Alright, let's chop some of this stuff. Okay, we got the cabbage cut in half. Now what do? We get the core out of it. Right here, right here. That's the next step. Okay, there we go. We got them babies cored. Now let's chop them up. Nice rough cut like that, that's all you need. I'll do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to start building this in the crock pot because, you know, it takes up a lot of room on the counter. So I'm going to chop the other half of this cabbage up the same way. It's going to go in first. Alright, there we go. The other half's chopped up. Let's put this dude in the crock pot. I already put the first half in there. There's the second half. The crock pot's not on right now. It's just sitting here on top of the stove. I'm just going to build this cabbage and kielbasa soup, and then I'll turn all this on, let it go for hours. Then we'll come back later on and see what happens. I know what happens. It turned out great, but I'm going to show you just how good it is. Stick around. Okay, we're going to do the onion next, guys. Next thing to get chopped is the onion. Right here. What do we do with this onion? We leave the hairy end on, don't we? Can't say that enough. Chop that end off, that one stays. So let's do this. Just like that. Chop that off. I always cut right down through here. Right there. Get into that first layer. Get that off there. With the hair still intact. See that? Let's get rid of the stuff off the plate. Alright, now. Down. Down. Cut down into it like that. Oh shit. That one's not going to stay together. Cut crossways. Now you know what we'll do? We'll just put that one off to the side here. It will still want to stay though. No shame. See how that onion's staying together? It's not going anywhere because of the hairy end. Only reason this came off is because I got a little crazy with the knife. So we'll fix that right here. Right here, right now. And this ain't got to be no special cut, just rough cut it. Nothing special, just get them in there. That's all you gotta do. Alright, there's our onion diced up. Let's put this in the old crocky. Okay, so we've got our cabbage, we've got our onions. Let's keep chopping. Okay, now we're going to chop up 1½ stalks of celery. Why 1½? Because I ate the other half of that getting it out of the bag. That's alright, that's all we need. What I like to do, put that right there. Cut this right down the center in half like that. So you got 2 halves. And then just give it the old rough cut. That one in half so it's manageable. Just like that. That's all you need. We'll put this in the crock pot. Okay, now we got our carrots. You know, I'm debating whether just to throw these in there whole, like they are, or to cut them in half. And maybe we'll cut them in half. Alright, there we go. Got them all cut in half. Let's put these babies in the old crock. Look at that. That's already looking good, ain't it? Oh yeah. That's looking good. Okay, so now for the liquid. I normally use chicken broth, but unfortunately I don't have none right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our own chicken broth. We're going to take this 2 cups of hot water and this chicken soup base. Put 2 tablespoons of this in there. And then a handy little tablespoon there. 1 and 2. That's good enough on that. That's enough salt for anybody. We'll mix that up, put that in there, and then our tomatoes will go in. Let's see here. Just right. Tastes good. So I'll pour this in, and then we'll put the tomatoes in. You know what I didn't realize when I bought these? No salt added, which is fine, no big deal. We'll just have to compensate for that. But I didn't even notice that. When I bought these, I did not notice that at all. So, but we're going to use them. Unfortunately, they didn't have no self-opening cans, so I had to buy these. First can will go in. You know what, we're only going to go with 1 can for now. We're just going to go with 1 can, but I'll tell you what. No, we're going to go with 2 cans. There we go. That's what we need. You got to have your tomatoes in there. And actually, I think we're going to do 1 more cup of the chicken broth. So let me make that up. I know you're asking yourself, so when's the kielbasa going to go in? Well, that's next. I'm going to cut that up into small pieces, or smaller pieces. Fry it for a minute in the pan just to give it some flavor. It's going to go in. In the meantime, we're going to plug in the old crock pot and get that thing warming up. So let's get some things situated. Okay, so we got this plugged in. It's on high. I mixed everything in good and proper. Put a little bit of fresh cracked pepper on top. We're going to put the lid on this and let it start doing its thing. It's time to fry the kielbasa. Alright, we'll get this stuff browned up a little bit and get it tossed into the mix. And you know what? I just made an executive decision. We're not going to call this cabbage and kielbasa soup because it's not a soup. We're going to call this cabbage and kielbasa stew. Sounds much better. So that's what we're going to, that's what it is. This is cabbage and kielbasa stew. What do you think about that? I like it. Listen to that. That's what I'm talking about. You know what that's the sound of? That's the sound of flavor. Yes, sir. Look at the color on those babies after I flipped them. Nice. Another minute or two. Let the bottom side brown up. And then the old crock they go. Okay, it's all in there. Everything's in there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mix this together. I'm going to get this here long spoon, turn it all over, get it good and mixed up. Put the lid on and let it cook on high for the next minimally 4 hours. Probably go a little longer than that. So I'll see you guys back here in about anywhere from 4 to 5 hours. And we'll see how this thing's doing. Okay, there's what it looks like with everything mixed in. It's all mixed up good and proper. We're going to put the lid on this thing and let it go. So I'll see you guys back here later on today. Okay, we're back about 5.5 hours later. Let's see what we have here. Oh my, would you look at that. Man, it smells good in here. I wish you guys could smell this. Oh man. Let's give it a little stir. Look at that. Look at that. Cabbage and kielbasa stew. We're going to call it a stew. We're not going to call it a soup. We're going to call it a stew because it just sounds cooler and all that. Well, let's get a little bit of this in a bowl and see how she tastes. Doesn't that look good? Look at that. Carrots, celery, kielbasa. Let's give this a try. Get that. Put a little piece of tomato on there. A little bit of celery, cabbage. Look at that. Look at that right there. I'll tell you what. If you like kielbasa, you like cabbage, you like carrots, celery, all this good stuff, give this a shot. Oh, this is good. It takes a while in the crock pot, but it's worth the wait. Man, is that good. Until next time, thanks for watching.